You tell. Did you hear the latest news? America lost the war in the Middle East. Yeah, apparently we've been playing a really long game of hide and seek, and we just can't seem to find those pesky terrorists anymore. I mean, we've spent trillions of dollars and thousands of lives, but it seems like we're still searching for those elusive weapons of mass destruction. Maybe we should have just asked Inspector Jack Clausia from Pink Panther to help us out. Let's not forget about our good friends, the Taliban. I mean, they've been doing really well lately. They got a new album out, Taliban in Paradise, and it's getting rave reviews. Apparently, their hit single, Jihad Your Way, is a real crowd pleaser. But hey, it's not all bad news. At least we got some really cool new drones and weapons to show for our efforts. And who knows, maybe we'll find Osama bin Laden hiding in a cave somewhere playing video games with Tupac and Elvis. In all seriousness, the war in the Middle East has been a costly and tragic mistake. We've lost too many lives, too much money, and too much credibility. Let's hope that we can learn from our mistakes and work towards a better, more peaceful future.
My grind so refined, I got no time for no games. Ask yourself why would I make time for you lames? At all costs, cause I'm a boss. I'll break them off, yeah, gotta break them off.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Prime Time with Alex Stein. We have an incredible show for you this evening. We have legendary country superstar John Rich. He's going to come on and teach us how to ride a horse and save a cowboy, whatever that's all about, and that should be interesting. And then we also have, that's right, guys, believe it or not, we have the one, the only, Lara Trump. That is the daughter-in-law to the one, the only, our Lord and Savior, Donald Trump. She's coming on the program to tell us about what's happening to her father-in-law and, you know, just talk about the overall, you know, terrible things that are happening in the country right now. So before we get to all those great guests, we have an incredible duo. I mean, I'm talking about a real ragtag bunch of great guys. You know them as Revenge of the Sis, and I know them as Mersh and Royce. Welcome to Primetime with Alex Stein.
I love the blimp.
You guys like the blimp?
It's the mother blimp. I love the blimp.
The mother blimp. Yeah, speaking of, where's my dead mom? Mom, are you there? What do you think about our guests? They're actually pretty famous on the internet. Have you ever heard of them, Mom?
I've never heard of them. The only guess I
Yeah, because you know what I heard, Mom? I heard a little thing before this that from Sarah Gonzalez, one of the other hosts, said that when our guests came on the show, you didn't know who they were and you asked them their names. Is that correct, Mom?
Yes, that is correct.
So it's just funny, Mom. We're trying to run a professional operation, and when I book guests, the least you can fucking do in the metaverse is somehow learn their fucking names. Is that too much to fucking ask for, Mom?
Alex, language.
Oh, yeah, you're right, Mom. Sorry, Mom. Sorry, Mom. But just will you not fuck up my guest name in the fucking future? Okay, bye, Mom. So yeah, that's the mother blimp. I uploaded my dead mom's consciousness into this blimp, and she's actually navigating us right now. And we're floating above Dealey Plaza, the site where JFK was assassinated. So, how do you guys like Dallas so far?
I didn't know it was haunted, but
It
that's
is
pretty
haunted,
cool.
yes.
Does this blimp just go back and forth to that one street?
Yeah, because it saves helium that way.
Oh,
But
okay.
yes, it's a helium saver. We don't want to fuck up climate change. Okay, and then so you guys are enjoying Dallas right now?
I love Texas in general.
Wow. What about you, Mike?
I like Texas. I love Florida more, but Texas is a nice home away from home. I enjoy it. I enjoy coming out here and seeing you wonderful folks.
Well, I love that. So you guys have already been, they came in and they already trolled me. You guys, I should have a picture of my office, but I have the worst office here at the Blaze. It's actually near a toilet. So what do you guys think about, you know, the beautiful studios, but what about my offices personally?
The studios here are amazing, but when you walk to his office, 100% matches his mood. There's garbage everywhere. There's boxes unopened. He has like what it looks like. Remember the unfinished offices in Die Hard?
Yes.
That's what he's sitting at, and he's sitting there and I go, please don't change anything. This is exactly what you need. He's sitting with a backwards cap going, what are we doing next? What is going on? He looks like Pepe Silva. That's him the entire time. I love your office.
Yes, and what people don't know is you guys have been here, and we actually filmed an incredible bit that we're going to, showcase a little later. We went on a little dating extravaganza with the Revenge of the Cis guy. So I know there's a lot of A-logs watching tonight. So tell me, we have similar enemies in this internet space. How do you guys deal with all the internet hate? I want to ask Mersh first.
Mersh specifically.
I don't know. Ignore us.
Is that it? No, I know, but you always say that, and I'm not even trying to press you. It's just like, dude, when they come after my family, my girlfriend's here, they go after her, they go after, like, her family, they go after all this personal stuff. It's hard to not take it personal when they do all these personal attacks.
Yeah, I just, I tend to keep the private side of my life extremely closely guarded now. And it's just the way it has to be. I mean, the culture's changed, and I mean, like every streamer in the world's been swatted and doxxed, and it's the way of the game. The only way it's gonna stop is to give up, and I ain't giving up. I love this. I'm not giving up my dream.
Obviously not. You guys are dominating. You guys have a great audience, great podcast, but it's like these people make fun of our dead moms, Mersh. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's all they do. They go around and they think they're so funny because they say, "Oh, your mom is dead." Well, guess what? My mom's alive and she's operating this blimp right now. So suck that, fat one. And we're gonna transfer your mom's consciousness into the Revenge of the Cis studio very soon. If you want that technology, you can get it on Amazon.com.
Okay.
Like a cargo plane, not a blimp. I don't want to see your thing like a Revenge
Yeah, you don't
want
to copy me. That's true.
Yeah.
Okay. I look at it the old, like Kumia way when they're like, yeah, your mom died, and you still have to go through it. So have fun with that. At least I got it over with,
See, that's funny. And what's also awesome, and the reason why I bring this up is you guys have an incredible fan base of loyal fans. I started off as one of them. I actually always talk about this. Your podcast is one of the podcasts I was watching. I was like, man, I want to do this. Not that I didn't want to be a broadcaster, but I was like, man, I can do it. I can, go on the internet and talk about what I want, talk trash or talk nice. And you guys were not afraid of other people's opinions, willing to go and speak. And that takes a lot of guts. I'm not trying to kiss your butt, but to hit that record button on your own live podcast, it's not easy. It takes a special kind of person. And to build up your audience is incredible. And not just all the wrestling signs, but one of your great supporters, they ran into one of my favorite people in the world, Rachel Levine, or a.k.a. Dickie Levine.
Mike and Royce.
Let's run this clip.
Hello, Mike and Royce. This is Admiral Rachel Levine, and just saying hi and happy Trans Day of Visibility.
Now that
Thanks a lot, bro.
Dude, so tell me the story behind that.
Bro, we have a fan of ours. His name's Rob. Dogzilla on Twitter. Shout out Dogzilla.
Dogzilla, shout out. Great job.
Dogzilla Gaming on Rumble too. So he messaged me and he goes, "Hey, Admiral Rachel Levine's at the same airport I'm at. Should I get a shout out?" I go, "Yes, get a shout out immediately." So he literally 5 minutes later he goes, "You're welcome." And I look at that and I'm like, this is perfect. So the Revenge of the Cis official Twitter said, "Hey, bro, thanks for the shout out."
Happy Trans Day of Visibility, dude.
That happened on Trans Day Visibility. So
it was beautiful.
We've got a lot of shout outs, but that was one of the
best
ones.
shout out, dude. Yeah. Rachel Levine. And then my favorite thing is when Rachel Levine said that they were so happy that Rachel waited to transition because they would not have been able to have children. And if Rachel didn't have children, they would be very unhappy. So it's great that Rachel Levine is trying to get as many kids gender reassigned as early as possible. So what do you think about all this transgender stuff? I know you guys talk about it all the time, but I think it's like some sort of demonic New World Order, like occultic, esoteric, weird thing to masculinize the women and feminize the freaking boys. What's going on in your opinion?
I think it's about making us weak, like making us docile.
Yeah.
Like if everyone's like the same, like remember the Goobacks from South Park? Everyone's just this generic pale thing. You're not going to fight back. I think that's what it is. I mean, look, here's the thing. The whole demonic thing we've known. Look, we caught them burning effigies in the woods, and they go, "We were just kidding," and no one ever talked about it again. But I think it's more. Oh, good.
So I don't know if you guys know this, but my favorite beer is Bud Light. When you drink this beer, you immediately become a homosexual. So tonight for you guys, I am a straight male, but after I take a sip of this, I am going to become a homosexual. So let's just see if this, and you guys want one too?
Yeah, absolutely.
We're just going to try this test.
What end do you put it in?
Well, I mean, I might rub it on my, just for a good luck. I'm going to just for a little luck, I'm going to rub it on there to warm it up. Okay.
Good,
all right, so let's try this. Let's see. Oops. This is now the Does Bud Light Make You Gay test.
Here we go. Cheers, boys.
That is so delicious. Oh my gosh. Oh my God, that is so good. This makes me want to suck some dick.
I finally understand rent.
Oh my God, I want to go.
finally understand rent.
Oh my God, I'm like 4 times more likely to molest a kid.
Oh my gosh, I'm so gay right now. What about your dicks? I want to suck on them. I love this gay beer. This is fun. Oh my God.
I just wish it was thicker. That's all. It's not thick
Oh
enough.
my gosh, I want just a big Black Johnson right down my throat to chase this down with. Wouldn't that be good? Just a little hard on?
I just wish there was a tranny on the can. That would mean you're more at home.
Look, I'm on the can now. Look,
There
I'm
you
on the
go.
can. Look, I'm on the
There
can.
you go.
Look how gay this is. Look, this is taking me so gay that I'm actually having anal sex with a Bud Light. Y'all have never seen that. You've never seen somebody actually have sex. This is gay sex with a Bud Light. So take that, Dylan Mulvaney. Too bad you cut off your dick and you can't jam it in a Bud Light anymore. But let me tell you something. This is delicious. I'm gay as hell, and I freaking love it.
Dylan Mulvaney should use the Bud Light can to dilate.
Well, you know, that's another thing, actually, on a serious note. If you didn't know
serious
this.
note.
Oh, good, because we could stop drinking.
Yeah, we can
Bud Light
stop
now,
drinking
right?
this
Okay,
gay
good,
This is
good.
This is crap beer.
Bro,
We don't want to drink this
this
crap.
is
Pour this up.
terrible
If you drink
beer.
this shit, you are gay. No Bud Light on set. We hate this. It's okay if it gets on the cameraman. If you drink this gay ass beer, you're gonna wake up with a dick in your butt. All right, so
I think I figured out why he has the office he has.
My favorite, though, is that Dylan Mulvaney came out and was like getting this deal with Bud Light, and suddenly people were like, I'm boycotting Bud Light. And my only reaction was, you've been drinking Bud Light this whole time? Like,
Yeah, I
I
know.
can't
what
believe
is
I'm going to
wrong
say
with
this. Let me
you?
wash out the taste with Monster.
that's a way more straight drink. Well, I can't read the prompter. What the fucking glasses suck? Everything sucks. I can't read a damn thing. And then I wear this mask. This is my COVID-19 mask. And you know what? They don't fucking like this mask. I hate this mask. I hate this shit sometimes. I'm trying to do a goddamn show sometimes. And I'm breaking stuff. It's just difficult. It's just stressful.
Wow.
And now I'm drunk as shit. Now I'm fucking wasted. I'm gay as shit.
The Bud Light really turned him into a violent gay.
Yes.
Very
He was a
violent.
violent-
guy.
Yeah, why do I want more Bud Light? I need more Bud
Don't,
Light.
no,
Please let me
please
go.
no more.
Ooh, let me get a little
Don't,
gayer.
don't,
Ooh, let me get a little.
no.
Ooh, you like that? Look at
That's
that.
a Bud Light
Ooh, is that
facial.
what-
I don't think you
what
should
is
be
that on my? Ooh, what is that on my lips?
Alex.
Ooh,
Alex.
ooh, I like that. Ooh,
Okay.
ooh, that's good. That's good. That's real good.
Well, you've just been hired to the Biden cabinet.
Yeah, I know. but-
Congratulations, by the way.
guys, can you tell me? Does this work? I can't. My hearing doesn't work very well.
Well, now mine doesn't either.
I think I broke it. All right, guys.
Yeah, come on, Alex Stein show. Get tinnitus.
Yeah, that's fun. Be tortured.
And I just spilt beer all over my Hermes tie.
Excuse me, I got some glass in my Monster. I apologize.
That's actually on purpose. We were trying to kill you.
Okay,
All right, so
It's great. Your producers get to go home and they're like, what'd you do at work today? I got to clean up glass and
Actually, I-
beer everywhere.
yeah, and I actually waterboarded my producer recently.
I did see
yeah,
that clip.
and he's
That
actually-
was funny.
He's been a lot better since we did that. So I don't know if anything's changed, but it is now. Oh, let me get to that read. There's a new movie coming out, and I'm pretty sure you want to freaking see it. It's by the same people who made God's Not Dead and Unplanned. It's called Nefarious. If you've seen the posters or the trailer, it looks great. But it also looks scary, like a horror film. But it's not. It's not. And best of all, it's based on a book by the Blaze's own Steve Dace. It's more like the C.S. Lewis book, The Screwtape Letters. I like to call it Interview with a Demon. A psychiatrist is called into a prison to meet with a convicted killer who's about to be executed. The killer says he's a demon named Nefarious, and the psychiatrist who doesn't believe in God or demons has to decide if the man is insane or pretending to be insane. And as you can see, I'm actually insane. So this is what the actor actually acts like in the movie a little bit. So this is actually a similar kind of a recreation of the movie. So if you like this, you love this, you like this, watch the movie, but I'm not going to give it away. Let's just say that the psychiatrist is a little out of his depth, and this supernatural thriller is perfect for your friends who love scary films, but more than that, they love going to church, which I love doing. You're going to have some great conversations afterwards. Nefarious opens nationwide the weekend of April 14th. Go see it. It was a great movie. I thought it was going to be kind of like a lame Christian movie. Epic, incredible movie. Mark the date. Get your tickets now at whoisnefarious.com. That's right, whoisnefarious.com.
I can't wait to watch this movie.
It's going to be great.
I cannot wait.
Guys, I'm
hyped.
sweating. I'm having kind of a panic attack right
Well, it's
now.
the Bud Light.
No,
Yeah.
I know, but you know what eases up the Bud Light a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
You know, when you get the Bud Light, you got the Bud Light, you got to get the white if you got the Bud Light. So we like to just. Yeah. We're just kind of having a little bit,
Can I rub
for the. Just a little for fun. Yeah, he's Cuban, so.
Yeah, none for me anymore.
Are you trying to quit? You sure?
Yeah, I got the.
You don't want this
so much.
Just grab the Fenty. It's okay.
I hate you so
Why?
much.
It's just a little fentanyl on your shirt, dude. It's not that big of a deal, dude. Don't waste it. Don't spill it all, dude. You're gonna waste it. Oh my God!
I don't like to send. I don't like to send that kind of message to kids.
No, okay, I know. And our
God, I feel like I'm like 30 again.
Yeah, well, and I'm sweating, guys. I'm freaking sweating my
It's
balls off.
It's the cocaine.
The good news is
I'm kind of like evening it out with the fentanyl.
With the fent, cut it off. I hear you, man.
That's what I'm saying. It's a little highball, as we used
good
to
news
call.
is flour gets out of jeans and a black T-shirt very easily. So
that is flour. That is not an illegal drug. YouTube censors. You try to pull some garbage trying to strike this. It's called comedy. It's called humor. And one day we'll try to learn what that is and do it on the show. All right. We now welcome on country music legend and half of Big and Rich. Please welcome on the most legendary conservative country music artist out there, the one, the only, John Rich. Welcome to the program, my friend.
Thanks, man. Good to be with you.
Well, I'm sweating. I got these crazy guests here, and they've been drinking Bud Light and being gay all day, John. So what's the deal?
What?
I know. Let's give it a 3 blocks so you can see these guests. Guys, this is country music superstars, so please be respectful to them. But my point is, John, well, you see all these other Travis Tritt, all these other country guys, they're boycotting Bud Light. What are you going to do to stop Bud Light from turning all of our kids gay?
Well, so I've got a bar downtown in Nashville called Redneck Riviera, and basically it's pretty simple in my world. We just listen to the customers. So if the customers are coming in and they're not buying it, and they're not, by the way, and then they look behind the bar and they go, hey, we're going somewhere else if you guys are still serving that, it kind of makes it a really simple decision at that point, because we're all about, customers, people coming in. I have a really patriotic bar. We celebrate firemen and police and veterans and active duty military. So it's kind of the decisions being made for us at this point. It's pretty wild to see the reaction.
Well, John, I got a question. So I drive a Chevy truck, and that's got, I think, like 250 horsepower. You have a song, Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy. I mean, don't you think that's economically not that good? I mean, if you were on my back, I could carry you, what, half a block? I mean, don't you think that would be a little better to ride a horse? I mean, let's be real. Isn't that a more economical way to get around?
It's probably more economical, but I can tell you that Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy probably caused a small baby boom back in the mid-2000s.
Yes, it did.
Oh, yeah, it did.
Listen, that song for Big and Rich, that's kind of like Sweet Home Alabama is for Leonard Skinner, man. If we don't play Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy, people would start throwing stuff at us. It's a fun, crazy song. We love playing that song.
It's literally one of the greatest songs, and I'm not just saying that because you're on there. I mean, it is a legendary country song, and it gets stuck in your head. So when you're writing a song like that, you hear stories from artists like, "Oh, we did this song in 45 minutes. We kind of threw it together, and it's a big hit." Well, how did the story, or how did you produce that song?
We did this song in about 45 minutes.
Yeah, exactly right. Really, it was like that though, John.
No, it was really fast. Yeah, it was like. Me and Big Kenny were sitting around and we had heard that phrase like at a rodeo or something. And we're like, man, could you make a phrase that crazy into a song? And we thought, yeah, like you're riding down Broadway in Nashville and all the girls are loving it. It kind of made it into a girl party song. But we've actually had fans come up and say, hey, we met in a bar listening to Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy, and we walked down the aisle to Lost in This Moment with You, which is another big and Rich song.
Yep.
So it's pretty cool when your songs are kind of bookmarkers for people like that.
They're aphrodisiacs, John. I mean, that's what they are. I mean, it really kind of is, especially when you're like country dancing. You go to Red River, you go to these bars, you start playing that song. The girls want to find a cowboy. So listen, I'm kind of a conspiracy theorist, and I don't know if you're very familiar. Have you ever heard of Tavistock? And that's an institute in London. And basically, John, what they did is in the 60s, they got military people in the military, and they actually got harmonies that they could tell that were more pleasant for their ears, right? So the conspiracy is that a lot of the hit makers, the top producers, are using harmonies and melodies that they know that our ears like. So do you know, is there any conspiracy to making songs, like a trick on making a hit song? Have you ever heard that before?
No, I've never heard that, but it wouldn't surprise me if that's what they're doing because I don't know how often you listen to the radio, but pretty much everything sounds the same. It's like they all went to the school of redundancy school. That's how I describe a lot of it. You know, for my songwriting, man, we try to come straight out of the gut with it. We just sing it how we want to sing it. And I mean, we're doing big and rich shows, 30 or 40 this year. The crowds have never been bigger. They're wilder than ever. And I think, you know, individuality, man, that's the name of the game in music. If you sound like everybody else and you act like everybody else, well, what's the point? I think that's why we like, you know, the Johnny Cashes and the Merle Haggards and the Dolly Partons and so on. You know, you got to stick out and do your own thing. Kind of like you.
Well, I appreciate that, John. And before we bring my producer on, my producer's a big fan of yours. So who are your musical inspirations? You know, when you were a kid, saying, did you want to say, I want to be a country singer? Or, you know, did you want to be a rock and roll? Like, kind of what got you into music? Because I'm sure everybody told you, John, you're not going to be a multi-millionaire, you know, multi-platinum plat guy. They said you're going to fail. So how did you have the cojones to say, oh, I don't care, I'm going to play music. This is my passion?
Well, I grew up in a double-wide trailer, Amarillo, Texas, up in the Panhandle. My dad is a prison preacher, so he never made a ton of money. And so where I grew up, making music for a living, that's not possible. You better know how to, you know, drive a combine or herd some cows or do something agricultural, maybe work in an oil field. But when I was a teenager, we moved to Tennessee, and I started realizing, wow, all these people I've been listening to my whole life live really close to where we moved. So I started entering talent contests when I was still in high school, and fell in with some guys that wanted to start a band. Instead of going to college, I went on the road with a bunch of guys. That became the band Lone Star. Now that's really where I got my start. I believe in the American dream. I believe it doesn't matter where you're born. It doesn't dictate where you wind up. I think that hard work counts. We have the right to pursue happiness, not the right to be happy. We don't have the right to be successful, comfortable, popular, rich, or anything else. We just have the right to go for those things, to pursue those things. And that's how I go at life.
Well, you're very fearless. And I want to say, I actually know somebody else is, I don't know if he's fearless or autistic, I can't tell, but he's my producer. His name is JVT, and he's a huge fan. And he wanted to sing you a song. He's a big Naked Cowboy fan. So we were going to have him do a couple modernized versions of some of your hit songs. So please, Jimmy, for the love of God, do not embarrass us. This is a real country music legend.
Okay, yeah, so I just wanted to start the audience. It's,
maybe zoom out, because I want you to be able to see his package more. I want to be able to show his, so it's very small, if you're wondering, John.
So no,
it says Budgie Smuggler.
Yeah, very weird.
Budgie Smuggler.
Yes. Well, it's our sponsor. You have to do the sponsor.
It's not really our sponsor. It's not. Just play the song,
well, so the original one is Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy.
Everybody knows that. Yes.
But, but there's a few other renditions. Larry the Cable Guy had a great rendition. It went, save a whore, read a Playboy. Everybody say, save a whore, read a Playboy.
Real?
Yeah, that's real. He made a joke about it, and it's and I remembered it my whole. But John, if you went woke,
John, I apologize.
This would be how it went. It would go, trans your kid, make a girl boy.
Why would he do that?
Everybody
Why would he sing a song about transitioning children's
sexes? Make a girl boy. Okay, last one, John. If you ever wanted to be sponsored by Pfizer, it would go like this. Save your grandma, boost your butthole.
Why would you stick a needle in your anal hole?
Save your grandma, boost your butthole.
That's derivative, dude. This is a real legendary superstar here.
Thank you, John. Big fan. Hope you liked it.
Yes, he loved it. Now get off. Yeah, he did not like that. No, listen.
Did I leave anything?
No, get off set, Jimmy, before you're fired. We got to finish our incredible, legendary freaking interview. Please, sorry about that, John. Like I said, he's a special needs employee here, and we hire them. We get a little tax break when we hire those type.
Well, next time we do an interview, if he's going to be on, just let me know beforehand, and I'll book a dentist appointment. I'll be down the road.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying, Jimmy. Now John Rich doesn't want to come on the show again, Jimmy. You come here, you do that gay stuff. This is a very straight, heterosexual male. And you're coming on here, and you're doing a little gay preview show like you're some banana boy with your banana hammock on. Have some respect, Jimmy. I swear I will fire your candy ass if you ever come here with that gay crap again. You understand that, Jimmy?
That ought to show him.
This is a crazy show, John. It's an insane show. I apologize.
I saw him drinking Bud Light before.
I apologize, John. Sorry. I was straight, and then I drank some of this Bud Light, and I turned gay, and I've never been straight since. And we're pro-gay here, because I am gay. So, John, before you go, I love you. You've done some incredible work. Tell us, what's next? I know you have, one of my favorite things about you, John, is you have a good guitar-shaped pool.
Yeah.
When are you going to invite me to one of those pool parties? I got a thong too.
Guitar-shaped pool. I'm actually shooting a video on my next song that's coming out in May. I'm shooting it on Monday. The song is called "I'm Offended," and trust me, you will love this song. It's basically about every crazy thing in the world that people get so offended about these days, and how thin our skin is. I'm shooting that video, and I wanted to say, there's a lot of brands out there that people have been loyal to for a long, long time, and they get disappointed in those brands in this current culture. And there are a few brands that are out there that are what they say and they mean what they say. I actually have one. It's Redneck Riviera whiskey right here. It's all throughout the USA, made in America, American glass, American corks, 100% American blended whiskey. And we care about three things: God, country, and family. RedneckRiviera.com has 10,000 stores that this bottle is in. So if you want to make a switch, give mine a try.
Well, you saw Jack Daniels went gay. Now they're called Jill Daniels. Did you see that they did a transgender thing, John?
No, I missed that.
No, it just
No, yeah, they really did.
They
They did
really
like a
did.
drag
No, I'm dead
commercial. They
serious.
really did a drag
You
commercial.
need to post. I'm not going to
for
ever
real.
give you any advice, John, because you're much more successful than me. But you need to post your whiskey bottle next to their Jack Daniels ad with the transvestites. I guarantee you're going to sell a lot of bottles of the Redneck Riviera. And then tell us, so John, what's the craziest tour experience? Just real quick, I know you got to go, but like, what's the craziest thing that's happened on tour? Because they say the lifestyle of a rock star, I can only imagine it's so incredible. The girls coming on the buses. Me, I'm usually at truck stops. I deal with lot lizards. So I've never known what it's like to actually have a beautiful woman try to come into my bus. What is that like for us peons that never get to experience that?
So early on, when Big and Rich, when we first took off, Tim McGraw called us before we even had a hit song. He just loved what Big and Rich music was. And he said, hey, I want to take you on the road, do 85 shows. This was in 2004. We couldn't believe it. So we went out on the road. We had Cowboy Troy, go look that name up, the big black rapping cowboy from Dallas, Texas. So we had the big black rapping cowboy, Big Kenny, myself, and 2 Foot Fred. Go look that name up. So we got a guy that's like this tall and a guy that's like this tall, and then you got the cowboy and the hippie, and we're hitting the stage with everything we had. We never thought that the fans would understand it or we would have a career, and here we are all these years later, man, and just having an absolute blast. It just proves that people like to have fun, and they like to see you having fun on the stage.
Well, you are a badass, John. Keep up the good work. Anytime you ever want to come on, I mean, it was a pleasure to have you, but anytime, anything I can do to help you, and I promise next time I will not have my producer come here and do some
I
sort
put
of...
on pants.
You have pants. Will you apologize real quick, though, before John goes? You just say sorry.
I mean, I don't know. I think I'm a marketing genius. Imagine if you did a song sponsored by Pfizer.
And then give everybody myocarditis? Okay, no. And that's not true. Myocarditis, that doesn't exist.
John,
yeah, everything's
I love
safe and
you.
effective.
John, I really am a big fan. Thank you for playing along and not throwing up.
No, and he does like the guitar. He plays the guitar. He actually loves you, John. So we had to let him do that.
You go to Times Square, just like you just did, and just go face off with the naked cowboy, and let's have like a face off. I want to see who wins.
I mean, that could be. I mean, can we get that approved?
Yes, I'll get it approved.
Travel?
Glenn will approve that. Yes, if John said it, I can play this clip to Glenn. Glenn will approve it, and he will finance it. John, thank you for being such a great sport. Love your work. Keep it up, man. Talk to you soon.
Thanks, fellas. Appreciate it.
Wow, what did you guys think about country music superstar? I loved him.
He's a really nice dude, man.
I know. He wasn't too egotistical, too. I mean, we did have him. I mean, Jimmy did all that. It was trying to hit on him, showing him.
Try his whiskey.
Are you going to drink his whiskey now?
I would
A
actually
shot?
try his
Yeah,
whiskey.
I like a
for
good
real.
blended whiskey. Why not?
And I love the, you know
how many times I played his song back when I was in strip clubs, working in strip clubs in South Carolina. All the girls that like country, they'll fight over that song. That's one of those.
the girls will fight over a song like they can't play the same song, you know, in rotation.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
There is a lot of
politics.
Tell me the politics, because you know on this show we talk about so much, and I've actually been reprimanded a little bit for being too empathetic to sex workers. Sex work is terrible. Do not do sex work. Mersh, making it as a young man, worked in a strip club for a little bit as a strip club DJ.
A little bit, 15 years.
15 years, yeah. So he's an expert. So tell me a little bit, what are the politics of a strip club?
Well, no, I mean, as far as the music goes, you know, they will fight over, like, oh, it's my song, you can't play it for anybody else. But it's like any other political world, money talks. So if I'm the one playing the songs.
No, so you got to make the stripper whores pay
Wait,
you.
no, is there a hierarchy of hoes though? I mean,
Yeah,
seriously,
which is the top whore?
Like, does the one that was there the longest get
No, God, nobody should ever be the longest tenured stripper. That's not a good thing.
Can't explain
That's
Stormy Daniels.
Yeah.
You know, Trump's got.
My mom was a stripper for 22 years, and she was great.
She operates the blink now.
Yeah, she was a tenure. She was one of the best ever. They said that she did stuff on a pole. She was the LeBron James of stripping. She started at 18. She got
not quite the MJ.
And
of
she's
stripping.
No, not as good. She's not the best. She's not the best.
Second best of all time.
Like third. I mean, yeah,
And she's took a lot of rest games.
Yes.
She took a lot of rest games.
And my mom loves China, and she's never read a book, so that's why they call her LeBron. But
and she was really into Malcolm X.
yeah, she loves Malcolm X. But I thought overall, I mean, now we've totally wasted this thing, broken this thing. Overall, I thought that interview went really good, but it's not going to be half as good as our next guest. And I say this, I'm calmed down because I've been sweating, I've been going crazy. But for this guest, I want to show her the utmost respect. She's not just a prominent conservative commentator. She's not the host of the Right View podcast. And she's not just Eric Trump's wife or the daughter-in-law to the former president, who I still think is the current president. But that's neither here nor there. My point is, Lara Trump is a beautiful human being that speaks her mind and is not afraid to say what she feels. And it's an honor, Lara. Welcome to the program. How are you doing this evening?
Well, I am so stoked to be with you. The Pimp on the Blimp, Primetime 99. I've been waiting for this moment. And the great news is I get to come in off of a convo apparently about strippers.
I know, Laura, I apologize. No, I'm so sorry. I know, and Merce, I didn't even realize he worked at a strip club that long. And now you guys are with, this is the president's daughter-in-law.
Under the
yeah,
bus
not all of them
because
worked.
you
One
did
of
it?
them worked, Laura. Speaking of, that's the first question I had for you. Laura, you're so successful now. What was your first job or what was the worst job you've ever had?
Oh, well, my first job, probably illegally, actually. I don't even know what age I was supposed to be doing this. My parents owned a car wash in North Carolina. They still do, by the way. Called Mr. Sudsy Car Wash. They'll probably get like egged tomorrow by someone.
No, go support Mr. Sudsy's, guys. Do not egg Mr. Sudsy's.
Mr. Sudsy Car Wash, that was my first job. And that's where I learned to drive a manual shift car, which was also my first car. I probably burned out a lot of people's clutches, so I'm really sorry if you came in like right around the time I was like 13, 14.
Yes, one of the biggest troubles I ever got in was burning the clutch out in one of my dad's cars. No, that's a very bad thing. So, Laura, what's going on? I'm sure your family's facing so much, it's all a bunch of garbage. Everybody knows Alan Bragg is corrupt. He's 500 pounds, this and that. But how are you personally handling it? Because, listen, I would be very scared if the Department of Justice was weaponized against a member of my family. So, I mean, and I know Eric, your husband, has been subpoenaed, and you guys, this is nothing new. But does this feel different? Does it feel like it's, I guess, are the stakes higher now that they're actually trying to indict him? I mean, how do you personally feel?
Yeah, they're certainly higher because it's not just about, of course, indicting Donald Trump. It's not just about doing something that is so outrageous and so unprecedented, of course, for no crime. But Alex, I think the real problem is that this is a disaster for our country.
Yes.
If you allow something like this to stand, if by some crazy chance, and of course, where did they go for this? The liberal bastion of New York City, where the people there hate Donald Trump. He can't get a fair trial in a place like New York. Of course, everyone knows that. So they have gone forward and indicted him and arraigned him for committing no crime.
Yep.
And obviously, everybody knows what this is about. It's about politics. It's about making sure that Donald Trump never ends up back in the White House. They are petrified of Donald Trump because he exposed all of them the first time around. They know that if he gets a second crack at the White House, the jig is up for all of the people in the establishment, in the swamp. They are out of there, and they're terrified about that happening. So they had to do something that no one ever thought we'd see in this country and weaponize one of our fundamental institutions, the judicial system, against a political opponent. So it feels different, I think, because the stakes are so high for the country. I mean, obviously, this is my father-in-law. Obviously, this is my family that we're talking about here. But, we've all been through it. We've had a target on our back since the day my father-in-law came down the golden escalator in Trump Tower and announced he was running as president as a Republican. And everybody knows that that's why he was so targeted. So it feels different because I think if this is allowed to happen, then the America that we have all known for so long, the America that has stood since its inception, is not the same country anymore. And that is a really scary place to be.
No, you're exactly right. And really what makes me mad is, like, why not investigate Joe Biden and all the stuff he did in Ukraine? I know, or Hillary Clinton and even Barack Obama. And there's another thing, too, and this is like, I know there shouldn't be, a two-tiered justice system, one for the, elites or one for, ex-presidents, but a misdemeanor bullcrap deal. They're privy to the most classified levels of information. I mean, they should be able to get away with a little bit. Even Barack Obama's, and don't get me started on them. I'm saying I don't like them. You would think that a president gets a little special privileges, and the idea that there wasn't even anything to get away with. That's what I'm saying. No, but illegal. I'm saying the United States of America to pay for a non-disclosure agreement. Thousands of them happen daily in America. I've had several jobs where I've had non-disclosure agreements in the past. Most people have. That's the crazy part of all this. And actually, the charge that they are trying to say that Donald Trump, the crime that they're trying to say he committed, Hillary Clinton and the Clinton campaign actually committed that crime. They actually wanted to influence the 2016 election. And what did she get? She got a fine. What did America get? We got the Russia collusion hoax to the tune of somewhere around 30 million taxpayer dollars. What happened to the justice there? It is crazy. Yeah, and Laura, what they want to do is, and you probably know this better than me, is they're trying to make America as weak as possible because they would never, this is a stain on America. Whether you like Donald Trump or not, this looks bad for America geopolitically. They're like, oh, what? One of the most popular presidents of all time is, even though it's a total sham, everybody knows it's a, corrupt Department of Justice, or excuse me, District Attorney's Office. It still gives this impression that America is weak. America is this banana republic. And that is why it's so sad. It's just our nation is eroding right in front of us. And for what? For globalism?
And it sets a precedent, too, because the problem is you do this now. If you set this precedent, start going after everybody, left and right, then everything falls apart. It's a real slippery slope,
And Laura, this is Royce and Mersch.
China.
Sorry.
China. What is China thinking about this right now? What is Russia thinking about this right now? Iran, North Korea. What are all of these people thinking about this? They have been laughing at us since we exited Afghanistan in such an embarrassing way. They have been laughing at us pretty much every time Joe Biden or Kamala Harris takes a trip anywhere around the world and gets in front of a microphone. We look absolutely ridiculous. They've been laughing at us since Russia invaded Ukraine and was allowed to do it. This is such an embarrassment to our country. You're right. It makes us look weak. It makes us look pathetic and ridiculous. And if this is the nonsense that we're focusing on, instead of making sure that our educational system is fixed so we can actually catch up, which is sad to say at this point, with China. This is the kind of nonsense that is going to destroy America. But the truth is, a lot of these people want that. These are globalists. They want no borders. They love the open borders on both ends of our country, southern border, northern border, wide open. They want America in ruins so they can rebuild it in their globalist image. They always told us they wanted to fundamentally transform America. We're here. We are on the path to that.
It gets me so mad. They sent another $2.6 billion to the Ukraine. I mean, Donald wanted to spend $3 billion for the whole entire wall, I believe. I don't even know what the exact budget was, but we could have bought 100 walls or 20 walls. I don't know what the mathematics is because I'm not very smart like you, Laura. I'm just saying we could have bought 1 million walls 10 times over, but now they just want to have open borders, and it's not just Venezuelan people trying to come here. It's Chinese people, it's Ukrainians, it's every single kind of race that is coming in, which is, I'm not anti-immigration, but I'm anti-legal immigration. I'm anti-sex trafficking. I'm anti-drug trafficking. So what do you think, Laura, about the drug crisis that we're facing in this country?
Oh, it is so sad. I think they just said today that they found out the cause of death for Coolio was fentanyl.
Wow, I didn't see that.
And I mean, 100,000 people a year in the United States of America are killed by fentanyl overdoses. It is killing our youth at a historic rate. The drug cartels, by the way, at this time coming up through the southern border aren't even worried about the drugs. That's a secondary business. That's a tertiary business at this point to them. They're making more money on the human trafficking as they're bringing people up through the southern border. That's where the big bucks are for them right now. That is so scary and so mind-boggling. But when have you heard Joe Biden talk about the drug crisis, the fentanyl crisis that is happening right now in this country? You don't hear him talk about it. You don't hear him talk about the fact that we could be shutting down the southern border to prevent it from coming. Where is fentanyl made? It's made over in China. What about asking Xi Jinping about this? Of course, nothing happens with any of this because you have a president right now in the White House who is bought and paid for by China, probably by Ukraine, and everybody can see where the trails of money originated for the Biden family. And you have to ask, how did they make that money? What promises were made by them to get $20 million for the Biden family from China? And it makes people very suspicious when they see how nothing is happening to China when a spy balloon flies across with all of it. And it's really terrifying, and it's horrible because it's just going to keep happening. There's nothing they're doing right now to prevent the drug situation in America in any way. It's only going to get worse.
Okay, I have a question. So if they had pictures of Eric smoking crack with prostitutes, or they had pictures of Hunter Biden smoking crack with prostitutes, which do you think the media would show more of?
Well, I mean, I don't know a lot, but I do know the answer to that one. And we all know, I mean, the truth is, if any of us even jaywalked in our family, they would lock us up and throw away the key. We all know that. But yeah, I can assure you there are no pictures of my husband doing any illegal drugs or illegal drugs for that matter on his laptop, and no prostitutes last time I checked on there. So we're in good shape.
Could you imagine? I mean, Laura, think how much they want Donald Trump Jr. to be a drug addict. Think how much they would want Eric. You know, they'd want. I'm just saying they would love that. They would. We would never hear the end of it. They would literally talk about it 24/7. Yet we have Hunter Biden who's doing illegal business dealings with Ukraine. He's on the board of a natural gas company he knows nothing about. I mean, and yet they don't even talk about it. Just oops, silent. And I actually want to play this little clip and get your reaction. I actually ran. I was at the arraignment when your father-in-law was coming into Trump Tower, and I went and I accosted some of the CNN fake news media. So let's check it out.
Remember that laptop's real, guys. Y'all trying to hide the laptop.
So that's CNN right there, Laura, and I interrupted their live broadcast. They had to shut it down. So they're live, and I'm just disrupting them.
Hunter Biden's a crackhead. CNN, MSNBC, Hunter Biden.
People, they must hate every time you show up, Alex.
They hate me. Yeah.
They must hate your voice. Every time you show up.
My voice is annoying.
Every time
When
they're
they
like,
hear it behind, they're like, oh, not today, man, please.
You guys think it's about all the crack you want, ABC News? Fake news. Oh, are you part of the fake news too? You can't shut down the people. You can't shut down Primetime 99.
What, are you using a selfie stick? What are we using there?
I'm a real pimp on a blimp. Like
this is live, Laura, when I was doing this.
Disgusting. They won't ever talk about Hunter Biden.
and if anybody wants CNN, they'd be really upset.
Yeah.
4 people at an airport bar were
The good
furious.
news is a handful of people saw that.
Yes.
More people are seeing it now.
Yeah, more people are watching this clip now than when they were live.
Welcome, CNN.
We're a corrupt government.
But I love Don Lemon. He's so smart and so brilliant. Right, Laura?
So brilliant. Got his finger on the pulse of the American people, man.
All right. That's enough of the clip. But I should have showed the clip of me. So
Even Alex gets annoyed at his own voice.
I can't watch my own stuff, Laura. I can't even watch my own crap. Thank you for turning that off. My point is, I actually interrupted their live stream while they were live outside of, Trump Tower. So tell me this, has it been just so chaotic for you lately in the past couple of days? I know that's an understatement, but, do you just want to go back? And I mean this. And Laura, your father-in-law got robbed. We know that. And I'm going to vote for him 100%, obviously. But why not go and be a billionaire and relax and play golf all day? Why not, Laura?
I mean, it's a question a lot of people ask. He honestly is one of the most incredible people I've ever met. Nobody can take more than Donald Trump. Yeah. And man, he's taken a lot of crap. He's taken a lot of incoming, taken all the arrows, taken everything. And you're right. But most people would be like, you know what? I don't need this. I could go play golf. I could go relax. I've got a great life. I can, really just finally focus on myself for once, but not Donald Trump. Honestly, as upsetting, I think, as the 2020 election was to so many of us, and believe me, nobody wanted to win more than our family. We put our blood, sweat, and tears into everything to do with that campaign. We really worked so hard, and we're so certain of the outcome. And then obviously it was so shocking and upsetting, but having a little distance from it, I actually feel like this maybe was a plan from up above for a long time, because truthfully, there are so many people who voted for Joe Biden because he was sold to us as old Uncle Joe, the old grandfatherly figure. He'll be the nice guy. He'll bring unity to America. He's going to fix any problem that we have. Joe's on it. Don't worry about anything. And obviously, it's been a disaster. Obviously, things have gotten so much worse than I think even his worst critics would have anticipated under Joe Biden's leadership. And you got to put that in air quotes, of course. So maybe it happened to wake a lot of people up. Maybe it happened because people have been dumping on America for so long that they had to realize what we were about to lose if we let somebody like Joe Biden take control of our country. And I think that that may have been part of the grand plan. And so for my father-in-law, he worked so hard for 4 years, and you have to remember what he accomplished. And we never even heard about so much of the accomplishment within the Trump White House and the Trump administration, because we know the media didn't cover it. They were interested in all the nonsense, the Ukraine phone call, any impeachment talk they could get about Donald Trump. That's where they were focused. And so he did so much in 4 years. And I think he wasn't finished. I think there's so much more that he wants to continue to do for this country. At this point, he needs to clean up a lot of the mess that's been made. But he is so focused and so determined on this. And I think anybody who maybe predicted, oh, well, if this goes forward, this indictment, they, really take it to Donald Trump, he'll give up. He'll quit. Forget it. Donald Trump has never been more determined to do anything in his life than he is to win the 2024 election. It just solidified him in his quest to go forward and quest to really win for the American people and bring our country back.
Okay, forget about Donald Trump. Laura, incredibly well-spoken, beautiful, a mother. When are you going to get into politics? Why don't you run for something? Because I know you'd be an incredible candidate.
Well, thank you. They make it so nice. They really make me want to come right in. Because
yeah, I know. I mean, I know why you wouldn't, but I'm just saying you're so effective, you're so smart. I feel like that you would be a threat, to the establishment because, you know what I'm saying? You're not one of these normal, kind of normal wives. You're kick-ass. And I think that's what they fear is kick-ass women that aren't afraid.
Hold on, let me get my husband in here. Where's Eric?
No, where's Eric? Oh, I'm sure Eric speaks good about you. I'm just saying it's just a lot of these milquetoast type of women. You are, a real deal badass. You're in great shape. You're just a good role model for people. So that's what we need. We don't have enough good role models.
Well, I thought about running for the Senate in my home state of North Carolina this past midterm election cycle in 22. But my kids are so young. My kids are 3 and 5 years old. And honestly, to be the type of senator that I know I would have needed to be for North Carolina, and to be the type of mom that I need to be for my kids, I could not have done them simultaneously, at least while my kids are this young. And so I made a decision to not run this time, to, sit back, to make sure that my kids are raised well, because nothing is more important than the future of our country, than our children. I think every parent probably feels the same way. So I've considered it. I've not technically dipped my toe in the water, but I've thought about it. So you never say never. I mean, in the
you have a long life. You have plenty of time, Laura. I'm just saying you have plenty of time. Okay, tell me this. So, Laura, you might not know this, but I recently signed a deal with the Blaze. I work for Glenn Beck at this great place, and now I'm in a new tax bracket. And I thought, when I'd get more money, all my problems would go away. But actually, I've kind of noticed more money, more problems. So do you think that that's the case? I'm sure a lot of wealthy people. No, seriously, I know wealthy people, and some of them are the most miserable. And then there's a guy that, works in my house every day. He makes, like $1,000 every 2 weeks or something. He loves life. I'm saying the guys, you'd think he was Donald Trump. So tell me, does money equal happiness?
I mean, everybody knows money does not equal happiness. It's about the people with whom you surround yourself. It's about your family. It's about your quality of life. It's about your, ability to connect on a higher level with, God for so many of us, or have some spirituality, I think, in your life. So I think there's a lot more that goes into being happy than money. You're right. Some of the most miserable people are people who have a lot of money. It does not equal happiness. Now, if you're already a happy person and you get a little more money, hey, great. I got a lot of great ways we could spend it together. So let me know. You know what I mean? Give me a call.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, people see you beautiful. They probably think, oh, Lara Trump doesn't have any problems. She doesn't have any financial problems, this and that. But everybody has problems. And I think a lot of problems that you've had are unfair because you are so successful. So listen, Lara, my host, or excuse me, I'm the host, my producer of the show. I don't even know what I do anymore. Jimmy, he's a diehard fan. He always wants to ask a question. He wants to get his face. He's trying to get some likes and followers. He has a very low follower account. It's actually
give him some likes.
That's what I'm saying. We need some likes. So Jimmy, please be very respectful. This is
I'll try my
woman.
best. I tried to dress up for the occasion, but
That's how you dress up, Jimmy. You listen, Jimmy. He went to listen, Laura. Let me tell you them. I hired him. He went to Princeton University, and I found this out after the fact. The reason he got into Princeton is he's a special needs. He was a special needs student.
Diversity.
And they have to have a quota of people that they let into the university. So I didn't realize I had an affirmative action, mentally unstable employee, but. Here
whatever
we are.
gets you in.
Yeah, whatever you got in and you graduated.
The wins when you get them all day long. Absolutely.
Well, Lara, Alex touched on it a little bit, but something that I noticed about you is how insanely good of shape you're in. Like, it's actually incredible.
Wow.
So what would your advice be to Alex? Because he gets fat shamed in the comments, and it's just
What
terrible.
are you talking, Jimmy?
We have some graphics
Are you
ready.
serious right now?
Show the graphics.
You're going at my
Lara, come on.
Jimmy, Jimmy, I'm about to get on Ozempic. I'm about to lose weight. What are you doing showing Lara Trump? Jimmy, do not show her my man boobs.
Okay,
what are you talking about
let's
this?
compare.
You look
Lara,
good.
I
You look
stalked
good.
your
Thank you.
Instagram
You look
a little
good.
bit. Look at those pipes.
Yes, she looks good. Yes. Do not show me any. Do not show that. Take that off. You're going to get your ass fired, Jimmy. Do you want to lose your job, Jimmy?
Leave that one. Leave that one. No,
JVT, get my titties off the screen, JVT. Look at that.
Look
Now
at that
that
arm
is a
vein.
physique that I would like.
That photo right there, I had just given birth to my daughter like 3 months before I
You
did.
gotta be kidding me. Oh my God, Lara, I'm so fat. I can't stop eating. I need your help. Look at me. I'm disgusting.
What are you eating? What's the go-to? What's the big problem?
Well, I'm on the Donald Trump diet. I eat freaking McDonald's every day, and it's delicious.
And he only drinks Bud Light.
And I want to say this. For the people that make fun of McDonald's, and I say this all the time, it is genetically engineered to be delicious. So anybody that eats McDonald's like, ooh, this doesn't taste good. That's impossible because chemically your taste buds are designed to love it. So yes,
There's nothing better than McDonald's French fries. Honestly, it's
nothing.
No one else
Nothing.
has done the McDonald's French fry better than McDonald's. Nobody else has better fries.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm eating McDonald's and I'm eating the pizza, and then we have craft services here. They got unlimited cookies and all this stuff. So how do you not overeat, Laura? I get here and I eat a snack, and then I eat another snack, then I eat 10 more snacks, and then I'm in the bathroom the whole time.
But see, this is the problem. You need to reverse what you're doing. So what you're doing with all the snacking, you need to start doing with some sort of a physical activity, because it also becomes addictive. You can ask my husband about this. My husband and I have been together for almost 15 years now. And I'm going to say the first 12 to 13, I was the one that was always in the gym. My husband recently has really, talk about kicking ass. He really has been. He's been working out like a fiend. And now he's like, oh, I get it. You get addicted to the feeling. It's endorphins. It's all kinds of serotonin and good stuff that happens when you start working out. Now, the first couple of weeks, like anything else, to form a new habit can be tough. But then once you start seeing a change, you're like, well, maybe I don't want that cookie right now. Maybe I'll have it later after I have something healthy right now to fill me up. And then you can have a cookie later. I don't say that there should be a ban on anything, because you should always be able to eat something if you really want it. But maybe just try and reverse those two. Let's get out. Let's do a little exercise. When you're walking around with your selfie stick, harassing CNN, I don't know. Maybe we could run there, put some running shoes on, get a little workout, get a little sweat going. Then they'll really hate you because you'll be disgusting and dripping in sweat. And then I think it could all work out here.
Well, Lara, I'm pretty sure we're going to Miami. Maybe you could put
Yeah, we
Alex
are. We're
through
going to
a
be in
workout.
Miami on May 12th, actually. So
You
maybe.
want to do a little joint workout?
Jimmy, why do you always do this? You put our guests on the spot,
I'm
but I kind
excited.
of like this question. What's your answer?
There's a really great place called Trump Doral. It happens to be right down the street from Miami. We have a beautiful gym there.
I'll be staying there. We got it. We got to get in the gym.
I will see you there for
We got a Lara Trump date. Oh my God, Jimmy, you're not fired. Jimmy, you can keep your job. Jimmy, you can keep your job. Now
Hey,
get off
and
the
Laura,
screen.
my
Get off
wife's
the
a
screen.
spin instructor.
No,
so
no,
take
we
a
don't need to know
class
your
in
wife.
Dallas.
Nobody cares. She's about to divorce your ass, Jimmy. Get up. Bye, Jimmy. Okay. No, get back to Laura. Get back to Laura. We got to end this correctly. Okay, Laura. You've been a great sport. And this last question. Your father-in-law, he used to go on the show called The Howard Stern Show a lot. And Howard Stern sucks now. And I got in trouble by a few of the executives here. We had a wholesome Christian comedian. Her name is Hannah Cruz. She has a big TikTok, and she has a great, lovely family, kids, and everything. And I wasn't thinking, and this is a free speech network, so I don't ever want to censor our guests or you. I asked her if it was okay if you're married to have anal sex. And that was a big deal. I asked that because I said, is that legal? And I just want to say, Laura, I would never ask you a disgusting question like that.
You never asked me something like that.
Laura, I would never say anything like that. This is a free speech. If you have it, if you want to give your opinion on it, you're welcome. But I would never ask you anything about that.
Hold on, I have a question. Is it legal to do?
Yeah, well, as they say, sodomy is illegal now. Yeah, in the Bible. Is it legal in the Bible to do that? Like with your husband, of course.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, once you are married, everything is legal and everything that everyone enjoys, whatever it may be.
That's it, Laura. Oh my God, I love you. See, you're such a good sport. Everything's legal. So my wife and her boyfriend, whatever they do, it's totally legal. But they're on a lot of drugs when they do that. So when they do drugs, that's legal too, even though my wife and her boyfriend?
I mean, you know what? If they're in the confines of their own home and they're not hurting anyone else, maybe you should just let them do what they want. And then when you come home, kick them out, obviously.
And Laura, next time you're in Dallas, if you need a good fentanyl hookup, it's called Fentanyl Paul. He's one of the best fentanyl dealers in Dallas County. So please, if you're ever in the area, don't hesitate to call me. I can help you out with whatever you need. Because if you
I'll
want
give
it,
your
I
number
got
to
it.
Hunter Biden. Don't
Yeah, Hunter is one of my buddies. Oh my God, me and Hunter. We're going to call. We're going to hang out after this. All right, Laura, you've been an incredible sport. Tell the people where they can find you and how they can support you. Obviously, you're much bigger than Primetime 99, but I definitely want to send my crazy fans to go support you. So tell them how they can support you.
I would love it. I am so excited to be on Primetime 99. Thank you for having me. I have a podcast, The Right View. You can find it at therightview.com or on any of the social media platforms at The Right View. See what we did there? We took the view, but the right view, not the awful one with all those terrible cackling women. So we have a lot of fun. We have a lot of great guests. So thank you. We'd love to have you join us.
Oh, and I have been on the podcast, and it's incredible.
You have. You're the best. We love having you.
Before you go, I need a 2-box producer because I want to show you this. So now there's Dylan Mulvaney, Laura, before you go, is now the sponsor of Bud Light. And so we're going to do a little test. I'm going to take a sip of this Bud Light, and we're going to see if it turns me gay. Are you ready?
See.
Bye, Laura. You're a great guest. Oh my gosh, I'm gay, Laura. Oh my God, I love it. I love being gay.
I don't notice a difference.
Oh, you don't notice a difference?
Are you wearing your Nike sports bra as well?
I am wearing my Nike sports bra. It's right here. Oh, actually, I don't have it on.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Jimmy.
Wrong.
I look terrible right there. I just showed my nipples to Lara Trump.
Laura,
This is the president's daughter-in-law. What, Jimmy, what?
Well, I said that just proves we need to do a fitness class in Miami.
I know. We're going to do the fitness class at Doral. We've already talked about this.
On May 12th at Doral. I'm literally going to put it in my phone right now. So don't worry. I'll be there.
And
they should wax you live. They should wax you live.
And Laura, Jimmy and I, we're going to get publicly waxed while we're in Florida. So
Get waxed and get a spray tan. I mean, I feel like that's all in that's a good plan for you.
And that'll make me look thinner. All right, Laura, you're the best. Tell Eric hi. Oh, and tell Eric this. Ask him this. I played football with Paul Rousey. I think Paul Rousey was his roommate in college.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah. Paul's a good buddy of mine. Well, I don't have to talk to Paul as much, but he was actually on the Highland Park School Board. I'm running for Highland Park School Board now, so we'll see if I won. He won, but he's obviously not addicted to fentanyl and illegal business deals in Ukraine like me. All right, Laura, you're the best. You're the queen. I know they're coming after you, but stay strong. I know you guys will. You are a good role model for young Americans that want to learn. Lara Trump is the total package. Thanks, Laura.
Thank you, guys. Great to be with you.
All right, fellas. I don't know if she's ever going to come on the show again. I pray to the Lord in heaven that she will.
The anal sex thing was very bold.
I will always respect you for that.
Yeah, but also the answer based.
That's what I'm saying. Laura gave a great answer. So how could I ever complain? I mean, guys, I just keep drinking all this gay beer and. Gosh, I just love
don't
dick.
think the beer's the one doing it, but okay.
You think I like dick before I drink the beer?
I think that's your excuse.
Yep, they say, you know what? Drunk man's words, sober man's thoughts.
Wait, what? So I've been secretly gay this whole time.
It hasn't been that big of a secret, but
That ain't your secret.
Well, okay.
An open secret.
It's been an open secret, kind of like how Jeffrey Epstein was a pedophile. Did you guys see that John McCain's own wife said that it was an open secret that he was a pedophile? She said that, not that John McCain was a pedophile, that Jeffrey Epstein was, it was a known that he was a sex trafficker. Isn't it kind of weird that all these people knew that Jeffrey Epstein was a pedophile and like nobody ever did anything about it?
I'd rather you not smear the name of a great war hero, John McCain.
Yeah. John McCain,
He's a hero.
John McCain was
He's a hero
good. He was
to
so
the
good.
concept of war.
Yeah, he's the one that created war, modern day warfare. Okay, guys, it's been an incredible show. We got to wrap things up here in the next few minutes, but man, I know there's some people, some big fans of ours that are watching this show tonight that are mad, you know? And that's what I love so much. I just love that us being ourselves, goofing around, pisses people off. So how, in the future, can we continue to keep pissing people off?
Oh, the fentanyl stuff is great.
That pisses people off, you think?
Yeah,
that's good.
Having fun pisses people off.
That pisses people off.
Being happy. Ooh, people get real mad at that.
People get mad at
and
that.
ignoring them.
Yeah, just being successful and enjoying life.
And then
That's all you have to do.
And for the people playing at home, if you're not familiar with Royce and Mercer's work, you should be. Now they have one of the best podcasts. Like I said at the beginning, I love their podcast.
Rumble, baby.
Now they're on Rumble, so tell us a little bit about that transition. What's Rumble all about?
Wow, you're just going to throw it to me, huh?
Yeah.
No, Rumble's great. We have had the best shows we've had in years on Rumble. And it's not because we're being any edgier or anything. It's just because the worry is gone. So we can make a joke. Like, we can say stuff that, like, we were doing a lot of self-editing in the last couple of years.
Of course. We're doing it on this show. We did it tonight. I'm saying, I'm not even trying to, try to break the kayfabe. Tonight we've had to self-edit. It's fucking lame as shit.
You got to pull back, and it sucks. Like, being on Rumble, they let us do it pretty much. They've helped us out. They let us do whatever we wanted. And it kind of feels like the old days of radio, back when you didn't have to worry about everything. On YouTube, we were getting medical misinformation strikes every day or hate speech strikes. And it was just nice to, like, go to a place, do the show, have a nice audience, and, you know, turn Rumble to something more than just for boomers.
And
And they're actually paying us, unlike YouTube.
Oh, that's also
awesome.
nice.
I love
Money's
that.
awesome.
The fact that, you know, they go, hey, we ran some ads on your stuff. Here's some money. And you go, whoa, I forgot what that felt like. Pretty nice.
Well, YouTube buck breaks you. YouTube buck breaks you.
I've been buck broken. I've been totally buck broken. And so you guys have a great producer, Pessy.
Oh, yeah.
He's one of my favorites. He's a great guy. We had a great time in New York. Before I went and stormed Barstool's offices, I'm just wondering, do you think that I could steal him from you guys? Because Jimmy, I'm going to fire Jimmy very soon. Or what, would that cause a war if I
Here's the
steal
cool thing.
Pessy?
We have plenty of producers. You could have one.
I know. How many producers y'all have?
can
Y'all have
have
more
one.
producers
you
than
can have
me.
one of them. We have Virgie, too.
You want Frozen
we have
Asian? He's Asian.
Okay, I'll take the
He's
Asian
very
one. Yeah, okay,
subservient.
just give me one of yours. I need to replace Jimmy. I got Brandon back there, but Brandon needs a backup too because he's on
Do you need one
fentanyl.
Virgie plays guitar, so that's a straight swap if you want.
But Virgie's going to
'Cause
go
he
through
plays
all your
guitar.
Oh, he actually does
He
guitar.
actually plays, so it's a straight swap.
He's
maybe
going
we
to
can
go
do
through
a
all your
trade.
fent, though. So you don't want
No,
Virgie.
we don't want him.
And
Oh, you don't want Jimmy? Yeah, no, you guys can take him. I swear.
it's okay.
You guys don't? You sure?
No, I mean, he feel like fits here. you know?
No, he doesn't fit here.
I think you know what it is? I think he's like be too good for our show.
I think he's kind of fits y'all show better.
No, I think like he'd be like too good.
Yeah, that's what it is.
We don't want to seem like we're making that much money.
Look, I don't care. You could take anyone but Pessy, and it's not because we don't want to.
Pessy's the best one. That's the one I want. Everybody knows Pessy's the
It's
best
not
one.
even that we don't want to get rid of him. It's just he's got some visa issues, some like sex crime stuff that he's still clearing up. Like,
Yeah, we love-
By the way,
we
none
love
of it,
guys-
none of it like proven.
No.
Just,
Yeah, I know. All allegations. We love sex crime allegations because you know what? I've been accused of a lot of stuff, and guess what? I did all of it. And you never got caught. I never got caught. All right, guys, that's been our show. We end the show the same
Blah,
way
blah, 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 blah.
every night with the freestyle finale. So, DJ, hit that beat. Yo, I'm with my homies, Royce and Mersh. Grab your purse, drinking Bud Light will make you gay. I don't care, you can fuck my butt anyway. Get deep in the hole, and I got a brand new mole on my face. I hope you like the taste of the gay Bud Light. If you drink it, you are white. That shit, yellow man. White, you're gay. That's okay. I love you, Dylan. Say goodbye to the boys. A little fentanyl to take home. I love you guys. Good night.